quitting weed addiction begins with the following. After watching this complete video, you will know exactly where to begin in regards to quitting your weed addiction, because I've been there and I do understand it's challenging at times. And in this video, I want to share with you the very first and very most important thing you need to get in check to actually start your recovery process. I struggled with this for a long time. I used to smoke weed every single day for close to 10 years. And what I'm about to share with you in this video is what helped me to eventually completely let go of weed. Right now I'm sober for over 2 years. Completely changed my life around. Working out every single day, running marathons, getting myself into combat sports and working out in the gym to build my physique. I moved all the way across the world to the beautiful Medellin, Colombia to chase my dreams. And this is where it all started. So let's dive straight into it. Because I think it's best to just start with the question, like, who is actually telling you it's so hard to quit smoking weed? Who tells you you can't quit this behavior, you can't quit this addiction? That's the very most important part, because that person is your biggest opponent in this challenge, right? And chances are that most people actually support you. There might be just a few who actually say to you, it might be your best friend, it might be your parents, it might be your neighbor, who say to you, no Sam, this is never gonna work. I know you, I've seen you, you will never get rid of this stuff. Well, if that's the case, you know there's one thing you have to get rid of, and that's that person. Anybody who tells you you can't quit weed, you obviously have to completely remove them out of your life. But like I said, chances are that most people actually support you and actually believe that you can do so. At least, fortunately, that has been the case with me. When I wanted to quit smoking weed, I found not a lot, I would say, but I found support in my friends and my family, and that is also something that helped me to actually succeed. And chances are it's the same for you. Most people will probably support you, and you will eventually find out that the most important person who actually tells you that you can't stop smoking weed is yourself. You are the only one who's holding you back. I used to struggle with this for a long time. Like I already said in yesterday's video, I came to a point where I thought that smoking weed, the stoner life, or junkie as I view it right now, my old junkie life, I came to a point where I literally thought this was gonna be the rest of my life. This was what the rest of my life was gonna look like. I was going to be that stoner who's smoking weed and not really doing anything significant with their lives. No significant challenges, no significant success or achievements, whether this is in relationships, sports, or even business. I literally came to the point where I said to myself, well, maybe my life's not going to be so special, maybe I will just be a stoner. Because I already tried to quit smoking weed. For literally a year, I was telling myself every single day, okay, I'm going to quit smoking weed today. Today is the last time I smoke weed. And the next day I would do it again. Next day, first thing in the morning, I would go back to the coffee shop, buy new rolling papers, buy new cigarettes, buy new weed. I would start smoking again. And I would again tell myself, today is the last time I smoke weed. And the next day, same story. I would do it just all over again. This went on for a year. So you can imagine I completely tricked myself. I couldn't really trust myself anymore, because I said I was going to do something, and in the end, I didn't. And this is the very, very begin of quitting your weed addiction, is to start winning this conversation with yourself, to actually believe in yourself that you can actually quit smoking weed. And the next step, to actually do the things you tell yourself you're going to do. Keep the promises you make to yourself. And this is obviously the hardest part. this is what your addiction is all about. Your weed addiction has hijacked this conversation in your mind. And that's the biggest flaw in the weed addiction. The worst part, that's actually the worst part, because this will stay even after you successfully quit smoking weed. You will keep having this error in your brain. It's something I'm till this day still recovering from. I still struggle with procrastination, not trusting myself, not having such faith in my own word, my own promises I make to myself. I have to work everything out. When I say, okay, I'm going to meditate every single morning, I have to make a physical habit tracker. I have to put it on the wall to actually push myself to do it. I have here in the room, I have multiple things on the walls to remind myself of the person I want to be and the things I don't want to do anymore. And this is something you're gonna struggle with a lot if you're really addicted, like I used to be, like smoking every single day on your own at house, just after you wake up, all day until you go to sleep. You will find out that you will keep having this struggle in your head. And this is something you got to start control. You cannot get rid of it straight ahead, but you can, little by little, step for step, you can get control back over your own thoughts and therefore your own actions. And this is actually the beginning of quitting your weed addiction. You can try seek for external help. Get yourself into a safe house, rehab, NA meetings. I tried all of those and I would highly recommend you to do so as well. But those people are not going to do it for you. You still have to make the change yourself. You still have to start winning those conversations, gain back control over your thoughts, over the conversations you have with yourself, and therefore over your actions. And it all starts by believing you can actually quit smoking weed, because you can. I was completely fucked up. I was a complete degenerate junkie. It came to the point where I literally believed I was going to smoke weed for the rest of my life. I got myself bankrupt, completely socially imploded. I was super insecure. I abandoned all my family because I just wanted to smoke weed. And look at me now, 2 years later. I'm completely sober, living the life of my dreams. Never have I been as happy, as confident, as good in shape as I am right now. And that's why I make these fucking videos, because I believe every single one can do it. If I can do it, you can do it for sure. But it starts all by gaining back control over your own mind. Start believing you can actually quit smoking weed. And next step, start visualizing what your life without weed is actually gonna look like. Because chances are you think it's gonna be boring, because you're always seeking that high. And if there's no high, what's the point of life? You may even ask yourself. Well, after you quit smoking weed is actually once life really starts. Once you get back your energy, your creativity, your enthusiasm, the urge, the inner power, inner joy to grab life by the balls and start making something of it, that's gonna come back. I promise to you. That's gonna come back, and you're gonna get back the fire, right? To achieve good things, achieve the things you always wanted to go after your childhood dreams. Anything is possible if you just set your mind to it. So start believing you can actually get rid of weed. Start visualizing what your sober life is going to look like, what dreams you're going to chase, what goals you want to achieve. Start visualizing what your life is going to be like, what your life is going to look like. And I believe if you can see it, you can create it. So if you believe it, if you can see it, you will eventually make it reality. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. If you don't want to miss out on future videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in tomorrow's next video. Take care.